Okay, let's go back over to Architect, and let's close some of this stuff out again. Too much stuff open. Too much memory here. Let's go back to, let's minimize this, this, this. We're going to do some custom resources. I'm trying to figure out how to fit them in, but I'll figure something out. Don't worry. So this window is going to be called bugs dot bug work, and I like to give it an item ID. I just like that. I don't know why. Bug work. Okay. Go to design him. Work performed. Let's do that. Let's call it that. Let's make him bigger. Let's make him bigger. So I'm gonna put a form panel in here because I like the form panels. These work pretty good. We'll go to the title. We'll blank him out, and then we're going to say this guy needs to be a fit, and the form needs to be a VBox. VBox. Cool. So when we're in form, so we need a text field and then a text area. And we could go so far. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We could go so far as to say, let's create a container, and that container is going to be an HBox. And we're going to go back to form, and we're going to use a time field. Where's my time field? Time field. Two of those. And then I want to go through each one and get rid of the flex, because we don't need flex. And we'll just go through here and do flex. Actually, this one does need a flex of 1. My container needs to be above him, above everybody. And it does not need a flex, but it does need a margin of 10. And then we're going to come through here, we're going to say label. Start. And we're going to make it right aligned. I just like the right aligned look. It's however you kind of want it to be. And this is end. Right. And then here's going to be description. And it's going to be to the right. And then here is the work that is done. And it's going to be aligned to the top. And I just like the way that looks. Top. Now we need to go in here to the name property and go to name, and this is going to be work, or yeah, here's description, name, and here's going to be end, here's going to be start, and then also one thing we're going to need let's go to my form. Let's put another container in there. Let's move them up top. Right there. Oh, right here. Touchy. Let's take off the flex. Don't need any flex. And inside of him, we're going to put a text field. He just really needs a reference. That's all he really needs. No, he needs a reference and a name. Reference ID. Bug ID. And we'll get my name. A bug ID. And we're going to make this container hidden. Now what we're going to do also here is in our controller, we create a function. And that function is going to be set ID. And bug ID is going to be the ID. And inside that ID, var me equals this me.lookup reference bug ID dot set value bug ID. So for now, let's make him unhidden, just so we can make sure it's working. How about that? Okay. Let's save that. So what we're gonna do is, this is good. This looks good. This looks good. So let's go over here to the bug window, and in my toolbar, I'm gonna add a button, and that button is gonna be called come on button. Add work, and we're gonna make a event binding. So we click, and that's gonna be on btn add work click. Okay, we'll do that. And so here var me equals this ext dot, well, let's do var w equals ext dot create bugs dot view dot bugs dot bug work w dot set ID. Oh yeah. First, we're gonna go and make sure that bug window, bugs grid, it has a reference. I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, bugs grid. So we're gonna say var grid equals me dot lookup reference bugs grid var record, and here we're gonna do grid get selection model dot selected dot items. So this should give us the currently, and that's going to be an array, so we give it a 0, a bracket, 0 bracket. And then here we're going to say if type of record is equal to undefined, or record is equal to null. We're going to say ext.message.alert alert please select a record, and we're just going to return. We're not going to do, if you haven't have a record, then we're not going to do anything else. So we've got the record, so ext.create, and then we're going to say w set id, say record dot data dot id, and then w.show, and we should see, why do I keep doing save as? Save. Thank you. Let's load it back up. Let's go to our console. Let's go to bugs, view bugs. Let's just pick this one down here. We're going to say add work. Set values. We can't find a set value. Bug view work controller. Bug ID. Okay, let's go look. Bug ID. Bug work. Bug ID. Reference. Bug ID. So I go down to the function. Set ID. Look up reference bug ID. Set value. Okay, so let's do a debugger. We know we made the function call, but we just didn't get sorry. View bugs. Hit this one. Add work. So look up reference bug ID if I went past that or not. Let me go back to sources. Yeah, we're good. So me.lookup. No. Me. Bugs, bug work. Okay, so we'll just do this. We'll just go back here and say bug ID. We'll give them the item ID. We'll call them bug ID. In this function, we're going to say ext.component query bug ID dot set value bug ID. That should work for us. We'll get rid of this guy. Bring him up. Go bugs, view bugs. 3, add work. Still, he's not finding him. Okay, you throw a pizza in the oven. I'll be right back and we will finish this up.